Place Ville Marie had its inauguration in the fall of 1962 and marked a major shift in the banking industry in the city. Designed by architect Henry Cobb and I.M. Pye in the international style, meaning the use of iron, steel, glass, and concrete, no ornamentation or decoration, serving only its own function, which is often attributed to the influence of Mies van der Rohe. PVM was built partially out of necessity to cover a 45-foot deep trench that runs under the city that connected two train tracks. It was an open gap at the time. Since the foundations of the main building had to consider the vibrations from two major railways, it was built as the most earthquake-resistant office tower in Montreal. There are 4 exterior structures that frame the outdoor plaza. PVM as a project really took hold when the developers signed on the Royal Bank to occupy 20% of the building. It was followed by the CIBC Bank deciding to build a neighboring tower 2 blocks west on Dorchester Avenue, now Boulevard René Lévesque. This marked the major shift of the financial sector from the old port on Notre Dame Street up to what is now the central business district in Montreal on René Lévesque. While simultaneously covering the tracks and the trench, the street was widened to being a boulevard that facilitated car and truck traffic and much improved compared to the narrow streets of the old port. In order for PVM to ensure its reputation, originally designed at 44 floors, it quietly got 3 more floors approved to its design, as 47 floors put it 2 floors higher than the CIBC Tower. Both towers were under construction at the time of the change. Among other tenants that agreed to move into PVM were IBM and Imperial Oil. It was, however, Alcan, the Canadian aluminum company, that agreed to occupy 6 floors of the building, and it is why the building's outer cladding is aluminum. Equally remarkable about PVM was that large portions of its square footage were underground and helped kickstart connecting the underground city. In fact, the underground mall was not even conceived when it was built, but with a quick popularity, commercial businesses started to open underground. PVM's shape, though simple, is very rare outside of Asia and specifically outside of Hong Kong. Cruciform or cross-shaped buildings in the West are often reserved to churches, and when Cobb designed the floor plan, he reflected Montreal's many Catholic churches in its design, along with paying homage to the cross that sits on Mount Royal. On a clear day, you can see the cross from the plaza looking down McGill Street. Late-night Montrealers are familiar with the 4 spinning beacon lights that literally appear like a bat signal every night at sundown and automatically turn off at 1 a.m. This was part of the original Royal Bank building on Saint-Jacques, and they were installed there. Beacon lights were installed on the Empire State Building, and the building managers at RBC wanted to do the same. And they brought the beacon lights from Saint-Jacques building and put them on the new PVM building. The original lights were Cruise-Hind DCB-36 airport lights. In 1964, they were replaced with 2,500 watt bulbs and are still owned and operated by RBC today. They have not been converted to LEDs and are said to never stop turning unless for maintenance. The name of the building was given by then Mayor Jean Drapeau and said Ville Marie was the name of the original colony that founded present-day Montreal, and felt that Place Ville Marie was a perfect name to recognize both the city's history and the building's importance.